in the world where fear is the only currency that's worth trade. Gig Jaw, a ruthless Jamaican, was legendary with stories of his gruesome ways. He once held the families of an entire Voodoo Covenant hostage just to send a message. Stripped of their dignity, they were sent home with a note that simply read, "Gig Jaw is home," the real king of the Jamaican government. Frightened by the terrorist actions that Gig Jaw commanded with all his will, they bend over backwards, turning a blind eye as his men rape and kill. Gig Jaw and his Jamaican crew were the law. His men made sure it was instilled. When he migrated to the United States, he didn't skip a beat. The rules for Gig Jaw that he is still the king to defeat. He controlled the entire shore district, bending it to his will. Upon receiving the last words from the dying Colombian, Gig Jaw set his plan of a hostile takeover into motion. His limousine led the by 3 white cars that had bulletproof glass and equipped with laser beams. They were headed to the store, where Van and Uncle Gus waited anxiously for Tony and Ike's return. A decision was made without everyone. They would offer up Ike to Gig Jaw as a peace offering. When Gig Jaw arrived, the atmosphere was showing a lot of tension. The exchange took place. Tony wanted to make so kind of mention. He wanted Gig Jaw to know how Ike was his friend. Ike didn't care what happened to him at this point. He didn't know what Gig Jaw was really here to put him out front. Now that docks are controlled by the Rastas, it's Ike's stronghold going through a Rastafarian transition. They conceded to Gig Jaw with little resistance. Tony's family was left with control over only the east side blocks and a meager 10% of the drugs on the docks. Ike, now at the helm, allowed Tony to continue selling in the hood. He was now Hood Rich Ike, a name that commanded respect and fear. No one could cross over the docks that became clear. His crew became known as the Dock Boys. The name was so well respected for the way they carried themselves with poise. He worked hard, keeping dangerous gangs at bay, wishing Devon and Farina were here this day.